Hi, everybody. I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I am based outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. Our clients are all throughout the United States, and we help them with pretty much all types of immigration matters. So if you're wondering, what am I doing here? What am I talking about? I'm here to answer your immigration questions. We have a number of questions that come up on a literally an every single day basis, and we try to answer them on here for those people that have those one-off questions. They might not be ready to book a consultation yet, but if they're ready, if you want to just kind of get some more information, learn about immigration, this is the opportunity for you to go ahead and ask those questions, and listen and learn all the different options that there are. If you know people that are interested in immigration, I'm going to remind you to share this post with them. Also, let them know they should like our page, follow our page on both TikTok and Facebook. We are at Agarwal Immigration on both Facebook and TikTok. So if you don't already follow us, we're at Agarwal Immigration on both Facebook and TikTok. So I'm live pretty often. I've been off for quite a bit. My name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration lawyer if you're just joining. And I'm going to start off answering some questions now, but feel free to type your question into the chat if you're joining me for the first time. Say hello, let me know where you're from, and of course, put in your question and I'll do my best to answer. We do represent clients from with family-based immigration issues, like if they want to sponsor their family members. We have a lot of people with family members from the Ukraine that they want to bring in and help right now, also Afghanistan. So if you fall into that category or know people that might, you should let them know to watch this, learn a little bit about immigration. They can call us for a confidential consultation. Chicago says, hi, how are you? I'm doing well, Chicago, USA. Thank you for joining me. Please go ahead and put your questions in. I'm happy to answer them as much as I can. I'm going to give you a heads up that my voice is kind of shaky. I've been talking for 2 days straight. I was on vacation for a little bit, and then I came back, and there's consultations back to back to back at our office. If you're wondering what a consultation is, it is a confidential meeting with me. It can be done on the phone, in person, or by Zoom. Zoom is the most common method for our consultation, but we could do it however you prefer. And it can be, you can be located anywhere in the US. We represent clients all throughout the United States, all 50 states, and even if you're abroad as well. We're in DC, but it doesn't matter. We can still help you as long as it's an immigration matter. Okay, thanks so much for putting your questions in. You guys are awesome. Hello, Bonetti. But hello, Bonetti's first question is there a minimum time to be married to apply for VAWA? No, as long as you're married to either a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, you don't have to be married for a certain amount of time in order to qualify for VAWA. What you need is to show that it was a real marriage, not just for immigration. You need to show that you live together, and you need to show abuse in the marriage, which is usually done through your statement. And if you have proof that your spouse is either a green card holder or a U.S. citizen, we can submit that, but that isn't even required if you don't have it, because a lot of times people don't have access to that. But that's a really good question. Call us if we can help you with a consultation, 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. And you can, if you want to schedule yourself, my office is only open until 5 p.m. Eastern time. But if you want to schedule a consultation yourself, you can do that on our Facebook page. There is a link there, and you can go ahead and schedule. All right. Awesome. I have so many questions, but let me not forget our question of the day. So if you've never joined me before, we always have a question of the day, and we start off with the question of the day. This one is going to be about VAWA. We talk a lot about VAWA because it's one of our most common case types. Okay. All right. So the question is going to be, if I don't qualify for VAWA, what other options are there for me? So let's say that you're married, and you are not married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, and let's say that you are finding abuse in your marriage. So maybe you're out of status and your spouse is out of status as well, and you are being abused in that marriage. So if there's domestic violence, you might still qualify for what's called a U visa. You can report that crime and cooperate with the police, and there will be a police report for this type of visa. It's called a U visa. And when you cooperate with the police on something like domestic violence, you can receive, the first step to receiving a visa, which will give you permission to stay in the US, but then you can apply for a green card after 3 years, and after 5 years, you can apply for US citizenship. So if you are married, your spouse is undocumented, perhaps, or on a visa, and you're the victim of abuse, you might still be eligible to remain in the US. So you can call us for a consultation. We'd love to chat with you about that. 703-348-1663. Again, 703-348-1663. I want to talk to you about another option. It's called a T visa. So sometimes there is domestic violence or domestic abuse where your spouse is forcing you to do all the cleaning, is limiting you financially, is limiting you from getting jobs, could be abusive towards you at home. You might qualify for potentially what's called a trafficking visa, a labor trafficking visa perhaps, or a sex trafficking visa also. So that is something you could consider as well. If your spouse is not a US citizen or a green card holder, you are facing domestic abuse at home and you are looking for options to remain in the US. So give us a call if we can help you with that. 703-348-1663. Elo Bonetti is asking, how long does it usually take to get a green card through VAWA? Good question. That takes normally about 2.5 years, right? To get a green card through VAWA is usually 2 to 2.5 years. You will start seeing benefits usually within 2 to 3 months. You'll get hopefully a prima facie, kind of like a pre-approval of your case, which will protect you and allow you to remain in the US. Okay, call us if we can help you with your VAWA, 703-348-1663. I see so many people with questions, and I'm so happy you guys are here. Say hello to if you're watching. I can't always tell who's watching, and let me know if you have any questions. Okay? All right. Hamchand says, how long does a married case take to the spouse in a U.S. if your spouse is a U.S. citizen? Okay, so Hamchand is asking, I think the question is asking, how long does a marriage-based green card take when you're married to a U.S. citizen? So usually about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, but usually about 1.5 years. So that goes a little bit faster than VAWA, which is based on marriage to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, and it's based on abuse. So if your spouse is abusive, you can qualify for a green card on your own. That takes longer, 2 to 2.5 years. A straightforward green card where your spouse is a U.S. citizen and they're sponsoring you can take about 1.5 years. Call us if we can help you, 703-348-1663. Let's see. How much does a consultation cost? How much do we charge for a consultation? So at a consultation, what we do them by phone, by Zoom, or in person. So however you want to do them. To get started, you should call our office, 703-348-1663, or you can see our Facebook page, which is at Agarwal Immigration, and you can schedule it there by yourself. Okay, we charge $150 for the consultation. We do go through your immigration history with you. We go through options. We screen you for options. We will walk you through the full process from start to finish for each option that you might be eligible for. We will talk to you about any potential problems, and we will go over all of the fees involved, both our fees and government fees. So you will leave with a significant amount of information. So give us a call, and we would love to chat with you, 703-348-1663. Chicago says, can I bring my mom to the USA if I don't have status? She is the only one living in India. Anyone can apply for a visitor visa. They will have to disclose if they have immediate family members. Like if it's your mom, she will have to disclose that you live in the US. She can only come to the US if she shows strong ties to her home country. So whichever country she's coming from, she has to show that she's likely to return there after a short visit. So the fact that you don't have status isn't alone really that much of an issue. However, because you came in and you're now here illegally, the government might also believe that your mother will be here illegally as well. So it might be hard for her to get a visa. So it's really important that she shows strong ties to return back to her home country and to show that the visit is only temporary. Call us if we can help you, 703-348-1663. I understand Chicago says she's 70 years old. I completely get it. Sonu says, hi, madam, my VAWA is approved. Congratulations. This is so exciting. So VAWA is for victims of abuse if they're in a marriage, or it can be in other kind of cases as well. It's exciting. So it's approved. I have a final removal order from the BIA. Can I travel with advance parole? So what you want to do, you can't travel with advance parole on VAWA. I wouldn't recommend it if you have had a final order of removal. What I would do is, if you have an approved VAWA, you can try to close out your court case, right? If you can close out your court case because you have an approved VAWA, you can reopen if their court has already issued an order. You can reopen that case, and you can ask them to terminate proceedings based on your VAWA, which you should be able to do, and then apply for a green card with USCIS. So you can definitely do that. Okay? Great. Another question. This is a really good question. My VAWA application is pending. Am I protected from deportation? Am I protected from removal? Are you protected from removal if your VAWA application is pending? That's a really, really good question. So having a VAWA alone doesn't mean that you'll never be deported from the US, right? Essentially, when you win VAWA, that means that you are that you're stopped from being removed, that you're allowed to be here in the US. Excuse me. That's what VAWA means. You're allowed to be here in the US. It doesn't necessarily stop you from removal, which in practicality, it works that way. You're allowed to be here. You're allowed to work here once you have an approved VAWA. If you qualify for a green card, I would move forward with the green card process, because once you have a green card, then you can't be removed unless there is some extreme circumstance in most cases, right? So a green card is even more protection. It allows you to leave the country and come back as you need to. It allows you to work anywhere you want forever, and then gives you the huge benefit of being able to apply for citizenship. It gives you the huge benefit of being able to apply for citizenship. So I would definitely take advantage of applying for a green card if you have an approved VAWA. Okay. Madam Shidion, sorry, I'm pronouncing this wrong, is asking, hi, can my mom sponsor my brother with a green card? How long will it take? So it depends on how old your brother is. I think you're saying that your brother is over age. So if he's unmarried, she can sponsor him. It might take a long time. It depends on which country you're from. And there's a table that tells you how long it is taking per country. So you can look that up. It's called the Visa Bulletin. You can just Google it. It will tell you exactly the case that they're processing right now. And by subtracting, you can figure out how long it is taking for you. If you apply for that green card from that country, you'll be able to tell very easily. If we can help you with this kind of green card, give us a call. We're at 703-348-1663. Okay. Cute baby Lisa says, if you have a 2-year green card and it does not get renewed, what can happen? All right. So It's kind of a complicated question in a couple of different scenarios. If we were in a consultation, I would try to delve into more details about your situation and why it wasn't renewed. So let's say you're married, it is a real marriage, and you have your 2-year green card, and you forgot, maybe you just forgot, or something came up and you forgot to renew it for that 10-year green card. Okay. In that scenario, you're allowed to file whenever afterwards, hopefully as soon as possible, as soon as you realized, and you have to explain to the government what happened. Maybe you had a death in the family, maybe you were traveling, maybe somebody was sick. Maybe you have to have a good reason and an explanation, and you provide that with your application for why you didn't renew it on time before it expired. All right. In another scenario, let's say your spouse is not going to help you with that. Maybe your spouse is abusive. Maybe you're divorced, right? Maybe you're divorced, your spouse is abusive. You don't necessarily need to be divorced, but let's imagine that your spouse was abusive and that's why it didn't get renewed. You can apply for it now. You can claim a waiver of filing with your spouse to get that 10-year green card. You can do it by yourself, and we argue abuse. Okay, we handle a lot of these types of cases. I'd be happy to help you. Give us a call. We could help you get your 10-year green card, and that would be a permanent green card, and you wouldn't at that point need the help of your spouse. All right, 703-348-1663 to set up a consultation. Okay. Hi, Pati. Sona says, thank you for answering my question. You're welcome. I'm happy to do it. Madam says, can you do the papers? He's 23, one is 29 in Guyana, and one is in the U.S. All right, so if they are outside, if they're in the U.S., they have to be in status, right? For your mom as a green card holder to sponsor her child. If somebody's in the U.S., they have to be maintaining their status somehow in order to move forward with the green card application for your sibling. Okay, so the one in the US, we'll have to kind of find a different way. We can screen him for different opportunities to see if there is something that might help him to legally be in the US, to get a work permit, to get that social security number. Give us a call if we can help you, 703-348-1663. Okay, so for siblings that are outside the US, so if the person that is sponsoring is the parent, so the mother, sponsor a green card holder, sponsoring siblings that are outside the US, we can definitely help with that. Your question is, can you do the papers? Yes, we can definitely help with that. Call us. It is a little bit of a complicated and longer process. It takes about 2 years, 2.5 years sometimes, to be able to do that. And it depends on the wait time for if that green card is available for them. So it could be a few years before they actually get to enter with the green card. Okay, call us for consultation, 703-348-1663. Chris is saying, can you explain prosecution of discrimination? I think what you are asking is prosecutorial discretion. Yes, there you go. I think you're asking, can you explain it? What is prosecutorial discretion? So prosecutorial discretion essentially is when someone is in removal proceedings. So they're being removed, they are in immigration court, and the government is trying to deport them. And prosecutorial discretion, in basic terms, means that you're asking the government to use their discretion. So basically asking the government to make a decision because of all these really strong qualities about this person to just not move forward with the deportation proceedings, to basically say, I'm going to use my power to maybe not terminate proceedings, but basically say, I'm not going to move further with this case based on all of these other really strong factors that this person has to offer. So that's what prosecutorial discretion means. Okay. Hope that was helpful. Call us if you want to find out more, 703-348-1663. El Haji says, how are you? I'm doing well. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me. If you know people that have immigration questions, if you yourself have immigration questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to our office. Make sure you like us on Facebook, follow us on TikTok. We just reached 3,000 likes on Facebook. We're so excited to get the word out and help people. and let people know that we're here to help with your immigration problems. So thank you to all of you guys that are watching. If you don't already like us on Facebook, help us by liking us on Facebook. Share our page with others that have immigration questions. Share our page so they can be notified when I go live and they can ask their questions as well. All right, cute baby Lisa is saying, where are you located? Where are you located? We are located in Arlington, Virginia, which is outside of Washington, D.C. We help clients no matter where they're located, though. We can help you with immigration no matter where you are, and we handle almost all types of immigration cases. So we can talk to you about what you might qualify for, and we can work with you. All right, and it's no problem. We work with people in different states all the time, from California to New York, to Florida, to Texas. We are happy to help you. 703-348-1663. All right, great. Cute baby Lisa says, thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. Great. I'm so glad that all of you joined me today for this live. I am back on here pretty often, and I'll be answering your immigration questions. Oh, I have one more question here. Sorry, Navi says, do I have to leave the country with a waiver? Yes, so you're talking about a provisional waiver. So many times, if you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, and for example, you entered illegally, you will need permission from the government to be able to leave the U.S. to process your green card abroad, and the permission is to allow you to re-enter even though you were here illegally for so many years, right? So if you use that method, that means that you have to leave the country to process your green card. But you might, depending on your circumstances, qualify to do that whole thing, to do that full green card process right here in the US, even if you entered illegally. So call us so we can screen you and see if you're eligible for this option. We're at 703-348-1663. I have one last question. What is the process for a green card with VAWA? Okay, what is the process to get a green card with VAWA? So VAWA is basically an application where you apply on your own for your green card. If you're married to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, you have a real marriage that's not just for immigration purposes. You've lived with them for any amount of time, really, as long as it was a real marriage. And they are abusive in that marriage, right? So it's a green card application where it's based on abuse, meaning it can be emotional abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse. Not all the time physical abuse is present. So mostly words, emotional, psychological, at least in the cases that we've seen. And you can apply for a green card on your own. And that's the process. You submit a full application in the beginning. If you qualify, to get started, call us 703-348-1663. All right, I think we got all of the questions today. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to share this with others. If you don't know me by now, my name is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients all throughout the United States with all types of immigration matters. I would be happy to touch base with you to talk to you more about your case confidentially. Call us 703-348-1663. Thank you, everybody. Bye.